Ariana, Cynthia, we've brought you here today to take a lie detector test. One of you will be hooked up to the machine, while the other will ask the questions. And then you'll switch. Who wants to be in the hot seat first?
Oh, that was quick.
It.
Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
Why not?
Sure.
I feel like, why not?
Ari's ready.
Y'all, Ariana Grande is officially done with people out here trying to be her. Yes, we're talking about people who have gone as far as making a whole career out of impersonating her, and she is finally speaking her mind. And here's the gag. Things are about to change for those wannabe Arianas out there, so they better start looking for something else to do. It is not business as usual anymore. Not only that, but for the longest time, people have had the audacity to keep yapping about Ariana's looks, throwing all sorts of surgery rumors. But the craziest so far is that people are actually saying that Ariana's got a BBL. Now that's wild. Well, Ariana decided that she has had enough of the nonsense and even sat down for a lie detector test to prove these rumors are nothing but pure tabloid fluff. There is a lot to unpack, love, so grab that popcorn and find a cozy spot because we're diving into this wild story. Ariana isn't playing around and you won't want to miss a second of this.
Have you ever DM'd a fan just to chat?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
Yeah. What about befriended a fan?
Yes, it's happened
Okay.
3 times.
To give you guys some context, we all know that Ariana is probably the most iconic pop star of our time. But with that came a curse, because she's also probably one of the most impersonated celebs out there, especially on TikTok. Ariana's look and style have been recreated by tons of people online, especially with her signature high ponytail, cat eye makeup, and sweet yet sultry vibe. But what happens when someone takes their fan devotion to the extreme, guys? And that is where Paige Neiman comes in. Now, Paige needs no introduction, as she has gained a lot of attention and controversy for deliberately looking and acting exactly like Ariana, plus doing a whole lot of questionable stuff just to remain relevant. But Ariana is always quick to step on Paige's neck. But she never stops, and once again she tried to capture Ariana's attention, only to be met with heated clapbacks and a twist that she never saw coming.
You are famously known for doing celebrity impersonations.
Oy.
Has anyone ever confronted you about an impersonation?
As in, like, they didn't like it? Ooh. No, I don't think so. No. That would be terrible.
Truthful.
It all started in a Vanity Fair lie detector test, which Ariana participated in alongside her co-star from Wicked, Cynthia Erivo. When she was asked if she ever confronted her impersonators, Ariana, being all cute and diplomatic, says that she hasn't confronted anyone. But then she drops the line that she wanted to and added that she would do it in a fun way. Now, we all know Ariana usually just lets a lot of stuff slide, so for her to get this real here, she really had it.
Have you ever confronted anyone who's impersonated you?
No.
Have you ever wanted to?
Yes. In a fun way.
Yeah.
So this is where the plot thickens, loves. As soon as Ariana's infamous copycat Paige Neiman caught wind of Ariana's comment, she wasted no time posting on her IG story. She threw up a smug pic with the caption, "Me when I get confronted in a fun way," complete with a silly emoji. Yo, the nerve. This girl really had audacity. But it wasn't long before Arianators started coming for her, because they are fed up. The internet went off, loves. One fan even said, "Girl, you literally impersonated her in the wedding photos and started an OnlyFans dressed up as her. You should be grateful," Ariana added in that a fun way and not in a lawsuit way. This creep really has no shame. I wish that Ariana could be a little more ruthless by filing a lawsuit against her for everything that she has done over the past few years. Being mad that the person you're impersonating wants to confront you is crazy. LMAO, like, you're impersonating them. Girl is lucky. Ariana hasn't confronted her by suing her. She literally started a whole OnlyFans account impersonating Ariana. It is actually so vile. Like, there's an entire crowd demanding that Ariana's team takes legal action. They really want to see this girl held accountable for what they see as a straight up obsession. I mean, you would think that someone might pump the brakes there, but not Paige. She's out here cashing in on her resemblance to Ariana in every way possible. However, as you'd expect, some people are claiming it is all just a hustle and she's just flexing her celebrity doppelganger status for some quick cash. But let's be real, impersonating Ariana on a platform like OnlyFans, that is next level creepy. For most people, this is no longer an admiration, but something darker. For those who may have forgotten how deep this situation runs, Paige went viral on TikTok back in 2019 because, well, she looked a lot like Ariana. And at first, people were vibing with it. It was just like, oh, look, an Ariana twin. But as time went on, things started getting weird. Paige didn't just do a few TikToks, she took the whole Ariana persona and ran with it. From selfies to full-on cosplay, she has milked this resemblance for all it's worth. And while some people were here for it, others were getting major creeper vibes. Arianators are right on this one. Paige may have finally crossed the line that she can't uncross, and all it will take is just one hell of a lawsuit to make it go away for good. Loves, please put a pin on this impersonator case because it has become a complete disaster and it is something we must address. However, for now, let's finish up with Ariana and her lie detection interview. Turns out, guys, it is not just the impersonator questions that Ariana got hit with during that Vanity Fair hot seat. She also had to tackle all these long-standing rumors about her appearance and whether she's had any cosmetic surgery. And with that, let's get into the second part of this crazy story. Now, if you have been keeping up with Ariana's career, you know the internet has been all over her about this for years. So this moment was huge because we finally got some answers straight from her. The first big question Cynthia Erivo threw at her was whether or not she's had a nose job. Ariana looked straight into that lie detector and said no. And yep, according to the test, she was telling the truth. She was totally excited too, saying thank goodness, like it was a weight off her shoulders. And honestly, who wouldn't feel that way after clearing up something that people have been speculating about for ages?
Did you ever get any work done to make yourself feel more popular?
To my face? To physical
Yes,
appearance?
I'm going to ask all the questions.
Oh, thank goodness.
Did you get your nose done?
No.
But wait, there's more. The questions kept coming, and when they asked if she ever had a boob job, she just laughed it off. She even joked about it in that cheeky Ariana way. She went on to clarify that she hasn't gotten a facelift yet. The yet was super important because while she hasn't done it, she didn't completely rule it out for the future. A little future facelift action? Who knows?
Did you get a boob job?
No.
Did you get a facelift?
Can you imagine? No. Not yet. I'm open.
Truthful.
Wait, and go back to the other one, nose lift.
She's telling the truth.
There we go.
This is the best day of my life.
Okay.
Take that, you YouTube people.
Ready?
Yes.
Now, let's get into the filler and Botox conversation because Ariana did admit to playing around with those. She came clean saying she used to get fillers in various places and Botox but hasn't done it in years. Apparently, she stopped about 4 years ago, so yeah, it sounds like she's been keeping it real natural these days, which could explain some of the changes in her looks that fans have noticed. When asked about a chin implant, she looked genuinely puzzled. Ariana seemed like she didn't even know what that was all about, asking, how do they do that? And if the lie detector's anything to go by, she hasn't had one. Just another rumor squashed.
Did you get a fox eye lift?
No, but I discovered it through people who thought I did, and I said thank you.
Yeah?
She's telling the truth.
There we go. What about a chin implant?
How do they do that? No. I've had fillers in various places and Botox, but I stopped like 4 years ago,
This we know, yeah?
and that is the extent.
And then came the most eyebrow-raising question of all, whether she has had a BBL. For real? You could practically see her confusion, which honestly was kind of hilarious. She jokingly said yes, which obviously turned out to be a big lie according to the lie detector. She then clarified that a BBL wasn't really her thing. Like, come on, we all know Ariana's got her own style, and a BBL just doesn't seem like it would be her vibe.
Keep bringing more.
Ari, have you gotten a BBL?
Get the fuck
Can't even answer the question.
out of here. Yes,
She's being deceptive.
Of course, yes. Would you?
I should go back. Okay, more. No. No, that wouldn't work for me. I don't think that's my thing.
No, I don't.
And I'm okay with that, you know?
It's not just about surgery denials though. Ariana also made it clear that she fully supports anyone who decides to go under the knife, saying that if it makes people feel beautiful, they should absolutely go for it. She went on this little rant about how people shouldn't judge others for wanting to enhance their looks. Why do we care? She asked. Like, she's over it and probably a little exhausted from all of the speculation over the years.
But also, like, in full support of all people who do these things, work. Whatever makes women, men, non-gender conforming people feel beautiful should be allowed. Why do we care?
One of the most relatable parts was when she revealed that while she gets why fans would be curious, it can be super frustrating having people constantly pick apart your appearance. It's like, can't a girl just live? And honestly, she has a point. Ariana has been in the spotlight for so long, and people seem to forget that she is human too. She was pretty candid about how annoying it is to have people think they know her face better than she does. This was such a rare moment because, as we all know, a lot of celebs won't even touch the topic of cosmetic surgery. But here, Ariana's just putting it all out there, squashing rumors and keeping it real. So while some people may still have their own suspicions, she made it pretty clear where she stands and what has actually gone down. It's interesting how some Ariana fans seemed relieved by her answers while others are still side-eyeing. The thing with celebrity rumors is they don't just die out, right? It's like they have a life of their own, but at least Ariana took a moment to set the record straight, or as straight as she wanted it to be. Ariana did not hold back, and it was honestly refreshing to see her lay it all out there, even if some fans still have their doubts. Who knew a Vanity Fair lie detector test would be the place for all of these tea spills? Okay. Remember when I told y'all to put a pin on the doppelganger story? All right, now you can unpin it because we have to dig deeper into this matter. As I had said, we won't go into the specifics of the Paige Neiman and Ariana Grande lookalike situation. That is old news. However, a lot of you might have noticed this whole doppelganger thing getting more serious by the day, and the fact that these celebs lookalikes somehow feel entitled to be held in the same regard we hold the celebs. And if that's not a classic example of madness, then I don't know what is. This is a serious disaster, you guys, and we are going to talk about how these celebs' lives get affected, especially when your lookalike is as mad as Paige Neiman, who even created an OF and posed as Ariana. In case you guys are wondering why these cases are increasing by the day, well, you can relax, because I've done the worrying for you. Believe it or not, the fact that you resemble a celebrity is always a way for people to ride on the wave of clout, stirring up the fan base, and maybe even making some serious cash off of their resemblance. This impersonation situation isn't just about looking like a celeb. It is way deeper than that. There are tons of stories about super fans who take their love for a celeb way too far. It is possible that Paige started as a massive Ariana fan and then realized she could actually become her. The attention that comes with looking like Ariana is intoxicating, and let's be honest, it is not just about the love for the singer anymore. In the case of Paige Neiman, for instance, her resemblance to Ariana has definitely helped her blow up on TikTok. There is no doubt she's cashing in. Impersonators like Paige can make serious money by riding the coattails of celebrities. From sponsored posts to fan donations and brand deals, these lookalikes can turn their mimicry into a full-time job. Paige herself has over 1 million followers, which can translate to a lot of revenue, especially when fans think she's the real deal, or at least a close reflection of Ariana. But we never stop to wonder what celebs feel about someone profiting off of her image. Well, no one would be comfortable with that kind of arrangement. Ariana Grande, for one, has been pretty vocal in the past, calling Paige Neiman's impersonations weird and saying they made her uncomfortable. This isn't just harmless fun. Paige is using Ariana's image to build her own brand. And with every post, she's walking a fine line between flattery and exploitation. Another angle here is the confusion impersonators might create around celebrities' brands. Ariana's fans are fiercely loyal, and her image is something she's carefully crafted over the years. Case in point, Paige has potentially impacted that image by doing things as Ariana that the real Ariana wouldn't. Ariana has worked hard to build her reputation and brand. If Paige is engaging in behaviors that don't align with Ariana's values, fans could end up associating those actions with the real Ariana. It is not just confusing, it is potentially damaging. Next, let's talk about the legal side of things. Paige and her kind might be skating on thin ice if they keep profiting from celebrities' images without permission. Celebrity impersonation can get messy legally, especially when impersonators make money off the celebrity's likeness. Ariana could easily have grounds for a cease and desist if she decided Paige was harming her brand or profiting unfairly. But then again, filing a cease and desist could bring even more attention to the impersonator, and that might be exactly what they want. So it's a tricky situation where one has to weigh the risks of letting doppelgangers continue versus potentially escalating the situation. And finally, we don't talk enough about these impersonators' mental health. Paige, for instance, has been imitating Ariana for years now, and it is not just about appearances. She's adopted mannerisms, poses, and even Ariana's speaking style. This will leave you questioning the impact this has on Paige's mental mental health. If Paige has been living in Ariana's shadow for so long, there's a chance she could be struggling with an identity crisis of her own. People sometimes start impersonating for fun or clout, but they end up losing themselves. Imagine being so deep in a persona that you start to question where you end and the celebrity begins. For Paige, this has become a career. If her entire life is wrapped up in being Ariana, she's probably forgotten what it feels like to be herself. What's interesting is how social media encourages this behavior. The platforms reward users with views, followers, and engagement, all of which can be monetized. Paige's popularity is a direct result of culture that celebrates impersonation. But where do we draw the line? There is a stage where admiration becomes imitation, and imitation becomes a full-on identity takeover. Not to mention that impersonators sometimes find themselves in danger, either from fans who are confused or from stalkers who target them, thinking that they're the real celebrity. Adopting a celebrity's identity so publicly is literally putting yourself at risk. Fans sometimes don't realize that she's just a lookalike, and that could lead to a dangerous situation. In the end, this situation with impersonators is far more complex than someone who looks like Ariana. It touches on issues of identity, mental health, social media influence, and even safety. Building a whole career off of a resemblance to someone else comes at a cost, both for herself and potentially for the celebrity. So, what's next? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, as long as there's clout to be gained, people will keep blurring the lines between fandom and identity. Alright, loves, that is it for today. Paige Neiman might be catching all this heat, but the big concern remains whether she'll actually face any real consequences someday, be it in a fun way or otherwise. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.